Alright, what is up? What is up? So, back on the trails. Again, I have several videos that I've taken. Just, I have stopped a few times to let people pass, because it's a two-way trail system. And I'm on one of the flat-out trails. I call it a flat-out trail because if you can see the hills, oh yeah, you see, you can get as much air as you want on this trail. There's good Lord, on this trail alone is probably about 20 to 30 jumps or berms. I don't know the technical term, probably saying it wrong, but there are tons of jumps on this trail. And if I had a way to strap my phone to my side by side, I'd show you, or if I could get my tripod in, if it would ever come in. It seems like everything nowadays takes longer than usual, even with Amazon. But once I get the tripod in, I'll be able to set it up and do the whole Bluetooth remote to where I can make some really good footage to where you're not just riding along per se. So that's coming. That's coming. I promised people I'd get some trail footage, and I'm getting some trail footage. If you're wondering why I've probably made so many videos, it's because, again, like I said in the other ones, if I can get them posted or somehow edit them together, I'll figure that out. I'm just trying to get a bunch of footage today, and if I'm posting multiple videos, I post multiple videos, so be it. It's what I gotta do till I can get adequate software and cameras. This is what I'm working with. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad, but if it wasn't for my trucker knob and a selfie stick, I wouldn't be getting any of this footage. Seems like it makes it a whole lot more stable holding the stick than holding the phone. Tree. So I really would love to be able to rip on this trail and show y'all how fun it is. This is more really loose gravel, dirt compared to the other videos where it was really bumpy and rocky. And this is just, like I said, more of a ripping trail. I know tons of people say it. The camera serves no purpose on how big some of these jumps or inclines, declines, anything is. Like this one right here, you wouldn't think, but that's probably, if you were to hit that, that's a good solid 4-foot drop off or 4-foot jump. And I love how they have the banked corners here. It really does make a huge difference having banked corners. And I'm glad that this part actually takes the time to put stuff like that in. And I do actually like how they cut the road in. If you see the banks around it are high enough that, you know, if you were to get squirrely and put the front end of your bike or four-wheeler or side-by-side in the bank a little bit, it would keep you on the trail. I did have one unfortunate gentleman earlier I drove up on, and I would have got footage of it, but I was in too big of a hurry to help him. He was on a trail that didn't have basically sidewalls like this or berms, and it was only his second time here, and he came around the corner pretty hot. That's what he said. He ran off about a 15-20 foot embankment. I told him, I'm like, once I got him out, I was like, buddy, you need to go over there in the corner somewhere and kneel down next to a tree and say a prayer, because, you know, it could have been a whole lot worse. And he was on a brand new bike, and you could just tell it scared him. It scared the crap out of him. He was shaking and make sure nobody's coming up behind me so I'm blocking the trail. He was just hands shaking, arms skin up, you know, no riding gear really, which I know I don't have a helmet on. People be like, you should have a helmet on. You're right. But this guy's on a 450 and probably looks like he weighs 100 pounds and went right off the side of a damn 15-20 foot embankment. Brand new bike, and the only reason I seen him is because there was a gentleman stopped already with a four-wheeler. I'll spin you back around while we ride. There was a gentleman there stopped with a four-wheeler because he said he was driving down the trail and seen a helmet just sitting on the side of the trail, and thought, well, that's awfully odd. And sure enough, down an embankment, there laid a guy with his dirt bike. And the gentleman that had stopped to help him, I'm glad he stopped, because he kind of blocked the trail so nobody would be just ripping and roaring in case the guy was able to get his bike up. Because there'd be nothing worse than just popping up out of the woods and getting like TKO'd by somebody ripping down through there. But he was an older gentleman, and he couldn't exactly like just jump down in there and help him. So as soon as I pulled up and seen what was going on, I hopped down in there and helped the guy. Made sure he was okay at first. Especially with his adrenaline pumping, he didn't know. So I'm like, hey, just show me your arms, pull your shirt up. Let's check you out real quick first before we even attempt to get this bike out. Let's make sure you're not hurt, because adrenaline does crazy things. I've seen people with bones sticking out. They're like, yeah, I'm fine. And I'm like, no, you know, you got a shin bone sticking out, or your finger's bent completely backwards. But anyways, long story short, you know, it falls back on trail etiquette. You know, help people. Don't just drive by them. You know, there's always a way to help. If there's no way to help, then you can go get help. Or you can stay there with that person until help arrives or somebody comes by. Sometimes just being there with a person and reassuring them that, hey, everything's okay, you're alive. If if their rig or if their ride is damaged, and hey, you can replace that stuff. That's materialistic things. Yeah, it's gonna suck because it's probably gonna cost you money, or it's probably gonna be totaled out, but you're alive. Thank God you're alive. Like, literally. Anyways, enough on that spiel. I just thought y'all want to know about that, because I just was literally just riding along, and there we go. There's a guy off on down an embankment because he come around a corner too hot on a nice new over-aired rear tire, and it just lost traction and threw him off the embankment. Stair stepper there. I'm telling you, the low end torque on these things, on really just about any side by side, I guess you could say, whether it's belt driven or gear driven, these things have immaculate low end torque. I mean, that's a good, I don't know, 2.5, 3 foot climb, and we just went right up it with ease. Yep. This is where I know it would be handy to have a co-pilot and a good camera. So, but the footage will get better. Wondering, yeah, this does look like an easy trail. It is one of the moderate trails. The easy ones are fun as far as just cruising. They're not as tight and technical, and they're more hard packed. But again, for a local OHV park, this place is stellar. Tons of people out riding today. The weather around here has been a true blessing. For those that don't know, I live in the South. I live in Georgia, and for anybody that's ever been to the South, period, I mean, you know, like including Florida. I mean, duh, it's the South. Let me rephrase that. The humidity here, it could be 80 degrees, but if you have any humidity whatsoever, it is literally like it's like a wet heating blanket or a wet heating pad. It just, it's so thick. It don't matter what you got on. You be running around butt naked and sweating up a storm. I mean, you could just, in one day, you could probably lose 2 to 5 pounds just by sweating. But fortunately, we had, let's see here. I'm gonna pull over here for a second and take a break. This week we had 4 days of 90-degree weather, which to most, they're probably like, 90 degrees? Wow, that's nothing. But, like I said, you can take an 80 to 90 degree day and you could throw in that humidity, and literally before you know it, by noon, by noon to 2 o'clock, it feels like it's 100 degrees, and it's just thick, like completely and utterly thick, just horrid. So today, I woke up this morning when I was getting ready, waiting on my fan to cycle here. I got up this morning and it was, I think, a little over 50 degrees. It was nice. It was really nice. Like, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy summer, um, to a certain extent. I enjoy summer for maybe the first half of it. Well, of course, when I was younger, a kid, you didn't have to go out and work in it. You didn't have to get out in it. You'd go out and play in it, swim in creeks, swim in your neighbor's pool, or swim in your pool or whatever, or play in a sprinkler. It was enjoyable. And then you were in school, so you knew, hey, summertime, I don't have to go to school. Yay. But man, I tell you, to me, as you get older, summertime just, it sucks. It's fun. Don't get it, it is fun.